Hi, everyone. This is Tiffany Roberts, the Oily Doc, and this is a video recording of my ladies' night. Now, I just want to reiterate that none of the information that I present tonight is meant for treatment or diagnosis of any disease. This is strictly for educational purposes, and if you have any other questions about the presentation, please don't hesitate to contact me at a separate time. I am here to answer your questions. For those of you that don't know me, I am Tiffany Roberts with the Oily Doc. My website is www.oilydoc.net. And you can also find me on Facebook under Essential Oils with Tiffany. I do give you lots of information. My husband and I are a functional medicine practitioner. We have a clinic in Prairie Village, Kansas, where we help other many patients across the nation with their lifestyle and proper healthy diet, and also reversing chronic diseases and illnesses that they might have due to nutritional deficiencies. You can find us at functionalmedicinekc.com. I am a busy mom of a 3-year-old and also a stepmom of 3 wonderful children. I help my husband at the clinic with helping patients with nutrition, diet, and lifestyle. And I'm also working on my Oily Doc business. And I'm also currently writing a book, and I'm also working on my PhD in clinical nutrition. So I'm very, very busy, just to say the least. So again, tonight is just for educational purposes. This is not intended to diagnose or treat disease. And let's begin. So we will discuss hormones and what causes imbalances, the effects of chemicals on our hormones, cosmetics and cleaning chemicals, Lucy libido oils, and we will talk about later on, if you want to contact me, I can email you different recipes in the presentation for this. So let's go ahead. So folate. Folate is very important. It's associated with the natural history of higher risk human papillomaviruses. So improving the folate status in subjects at risk of being infected with HPV or already infected with HPV may be beneficial and impact the prevention of cervical cancer. So basically, we see that the HPV vaccine has been increased a great deal in the number of years, and the ill effects of that vaccine that we've seen in many young women have been devastating. When in fact, if you increase folate, now I'm not talking about folic acid. Folic acid is just one part of this vital nutrient. And actually, folic acid can be a synthetic version and can actually cause harm. So what I'm talking about is the whole food folate complex. This can actually prevent cervical cancer. That's published in PubMed, so you can find that on PubMed. So birth control. So many women are on birth control. I myself was on birth control for about 10 to 12 years. I can't remember the end date. But the more research I did in it, I noticed the effects of this was not worth getting pregnant. Birth control, the possible side effects are heart attack, stroke, embolism, cancer, DNT, and blood clots. If you are 30 years old and you are a smoker and you're taking birth control, your chances of getting any of these side effects greatly increase. So I highly suggest that you either reconsider taking birth control and tracking it in different ways. They have these wonderful apps on your phones where you can track when you're ovulating and when to hold off on sex. So if you need help with that, let me know and I'll definitely guide you in the right direction. My part of research began with this book that you can get off of Amazon. It's called The Pill, and Are You Sure It's For You? This is a fantastic book, and I suggest every woman that is on the birth control pill read this book. This gives you the information that you need to make your educational decision on whether or not you need to continue taking it. So all of us have hormones, and a lot of us kind of blame our hormones for a lot of our side effects. So is it really my hormones? We get sweet cravings, chocolate cravings, apprehension, depression, inability to concentrate, short attention, difficulty in speaking, double vision, fatigue. We cry a lot. But is it really our hormones? Could it be something else? It could be hypoglycemia. A decrease in blood sugar problems are common in individuals who have a family history of diabetic or alcoholic relatives. So if you have someone in your family that is either diabetic or someone that is an alcoholic, you have a greater chance of having hypoglycemia. And a way to counteract that and how to regulate that, increase good fats in your diet. Avocados, flaxseed, MCT oil, just have tons of these good fats in your diet, and that helps greatly regulating your blood sugar. Also increase good lean protein in your diet. So again, is it my hormones? Acne has predisposing factors. It could be subclinical staph bacterial infection. It could also be insulin resistance or an increase in refined carbohydrate diet. If you eat a lot of carbohydrates, meaning chips or crackers, pasta, breads, this greatly increases your insulin resistance. So just by changing your diet, your acne could be reduced a great deal. It could also be zinc deficiency. It could be vitamin A or E deficiency. We see a lot of vitamin E deficiency in people that come to our clinic. It could be a bad gut flora imbalance. It could be yeast. It could be food allergies. It could be a number of things that's causing you to have acne issues. So our endocrine system is so complex. As you can see, the anterior pituitary submits these two hormones in the back here, the oxytocin and the ADH. And in the pituitary anterior part, you get 6 hormones. So it all starts with a healthy pituitary. And if this pituitary is messed up, you're going to have an issue with hormones down the line. So pituitary gland problems. You can have a lack of growth in children. So children that are really short could have a pituitary gland problem. Migraines around your period. If you get a high functioning migraine that kind of puts you to bed right before your period, this could be a pituitary issue. It could also cause stomach ulcers and secondary thyroid issues and also pituitary tumors. So how do you know if you have a pituitary tumor? Well, those are the giants. Those are the really tall, over 7 foot people. Those people have a pituitary tumor. So thyroid is very important. It has profound effects on many psychological processes, such as development, growth, and metabolism. If your TSH is below the optimal range of 2.0, a patient that exhibits hypothyroid system, it's an anterior pituitary problem and secondary thyroid. So if you have below the 2.0 on your blood test, you will have these oxytocin and the ADH problem in your pituitary. Okay. So what causes thyroid problems? Well, it could be a number of different things. It can be your gut. You could have candida or gluten intolerance. Your environment greatly affects your thyroid. The halogens around you, the chlorides, the PCBs. Estrogens in our food, our cosmetics, and our containers that we use to eat out of or drink out of. You could have nutritional deficiencies such as selenium or iodine. And you can have an immune issue. Viruses love to attack your thyroid. So hypothyroid symptoms, you can get depression, difficulty losing weight, dry skin, headaches, fatigue, memory loss, menstrual problems. You can always get reoccurrent infections. You're sensitive to cold. Keep in mind that your morning energy is your thyroid. So if you're really sluggish in the morning, this is hypothyroidism. In the afternoon, your energy is your adrenals. So if you're fine in the morning, but in the afternoon you need to pick me up, your adrenals need help. So we need to balance the thyroid and the adrenals together. So how do you know if you have hypoadrenal? Well, you could have hypoglycemia, low blood pressure. You fall asleep, but you can't stay asleep. You don't really have that good deep sleep. You have fatigue, chronic illness, dizziness from sitting to standing. You crave salt. You have irregular cycles, infertility, and allergies. So look at this cascade. The liver deionization of the thyroid hormone. So we all start with T4, and this is produced by the pituitary. You need to have iodine and selenium in order to convert that to T3, which goes into the active part in your body. So without iodine and selenium, you can't convert properly. So let's talk a little bit about selenium. So we start with our thyroid, it goes into T4 and then converts into T3, which affects our body. So clinical indications of selenium deficiency is a compromised immune system, cardiovascular health, and you might have high inflammation. Decreased selenium levels associated with diminished deionization of T4 and T3. So if you're not converting your thyroid hormones properly, you have a selenium deficiency. So let's see if your T3 is reduced and or your T3 is reduced, but you have normal TSH levels, you have a selenium deficiency. On a blood test, if it shows there's thyroid antibodies, which is autoimmune disease, you have selenium deficiency. You could also be sensitive to iodine. So let's talk about iodine deficiency. Iodine deficiency is a problem worldwide, mainly because our soil is so depleted of nutrients. Iodine deficiency is our leading cause of preventable mental retardation worldwide. So how do you know if you have iodine deficiency? Well, you have subclinical thyroid, impaired mental function, weight gain, fatigue, goiter, fibrocystic breast disease, and cancer. So all these things, you need iodine. One thing that happens on a day-to-day basis that we might not be aware of is that we push our iodine out with chlorine and fluoride. So you're taking your shower, you're drinking your water, you're brushing your teeth, you're washing your clothes, all of these chemical water and chemical-laden toothpaste, you're pushing those iodine out of your body and causing clinical issues with your thyroid. So a great way to help reduce these at home is get off of Amazon, look for a dechlorinator. It's only $26 and it hooks up to your shower head, and it can definitely help reduce the chlorine in your water, and your hair is going to feel so much softer, and so is your skin. I greatly recommend getting non-fluoride toothpaste because again, you're poisoning yourself with that fluoride and pushing that iodine out of your body. So the female endocrine system is one of the most complex body systems to assess and treat. Is the reproductive hormone system due to interconnections with other hormones, namely the adrenal and thyroid hormones. This is also an issue of environmental toxicity, nutritional influences on hormone metabolites that must be taken into consideration when addressing hormonal imbalances. So we need to look at your environment as well when we're treating your endocrine system. So insulin resistance. Insulin resistance and hyperinsulinemia are associated with an increased risk of cardiovascular disease, obesity, non-alcoholic fatty liver, breast cancer, pre-hypertension, and PCOS. So insulin problems create hormonal imbalances. So we need to regulate your insulin levels in order to help your endocrine system balance out your hormones. So how do you know? How do you know if you have insulin resistance? Well, you have an increase in cholesterol, a decrease in your happy cholesterol, an increase in glucose, insulin, LDL, triglycerides, and ACL. And you can find this out on your blood test. But the triglycerides, that indicates a really high carbohydrate diet. So if you can reduce your carbohydrates and go either paleo or keto diet, your triglycerides should decrease and everything else should balance out. But if not, we need to look at supporting the liver and the pancreas with some support to help regulate that insulin. So here's the cycle. We eat our bad carbs, our body makes insulin, our cells become resistant to the insulin, it stores as fat, so sugar is stored as fat on the body. We feel tired and hungry, and so because of that, we grab our bad carbs to eat again. So it's a vicious cycle that we must break. So fertility and thyroid. If your thyroid range, the normal thyroid range in a blood test is anywhere between 0.45 and 4.5. But the ideal range for TSH is 1.0 to 2.0. Having a TSH in the upper normal ranges doubles your chance of miscarriage. So please keep that in mind. Also, when you are pregnant, if you have a thyroid issue, you can pretty much guarantee that your child will have a thyroid problem in the future. So a healthy thyroid during pregnancy is so important for both the mom and the child. So let's talk about xenoestrogens. Xenoestrogens are man-made substances that are foreign to the body and have a hormone-like effect. Most have an estrogen-like effect, and so they are called xenoestrogens. So what are the problems associated with xenoestrogens? Infertility in both sexes, and we are seeing a great increase in both male and females becoming infertile. You have a decreased sperm count, estrogen dominance, cancer, and weight problems. What are common sources of xenoestrogens? Synthetic estrogens and progestins. These are your birth controls. You need to, double think when you're taking the pill. Medications, plastics, pesticides, herbicides, fungicides. When you're spraying your house and your yard, you're creating xenoestrogens in your body. PCBs, which are found on your drinking bottles and your plates and everything. Cosmetics, women put over 500 chemicals on their body every single day, and 80 of those are before breakfast. You got your shampoos, your soaps, your makeup, your perfumes. All of this is causing xenoestrogens-like effect in your body and causing cancer and causing thyroid issues and causing all kinds of other issues inside your body. The cleaning supplies that you use in your household, chlorine and solvents. Keep in mind also that all American grown non-organic livestock are fed estrogenic drugs to fatten them up. So you're also getting it from the food that you eat. So mammograms. A study published in the Northeast Journal of Medicine indicated that X-ray mammography screening may only save one person for every 2,500 screened. To me, that's not a good enough result to expose myself to these harmful X-rays that can cause cancer in the body. Among 2,500 screened, at least 1,000 will have false alarms, and 500 will undergo unnecessary biopsy, and 5 or more will be treated for abnormal findings that would never become fatal. So let's rethink these. What can we do instead? Thermoscans is something that I wholeheartedly believe in. It measures heat off the breast. So hot areas can be associated with increased blood vessels and cancer. Although thermography does not prevent cancer, they do not expose sensitive areas to dangerous ionization and radiation. And for a thermoscan, it's only $195. And I think this can also catch cancer well before a mammography can. So I highly suggest that you ladies start doing their thermographies. So estrogen dominant symptoms. You can have bloating, you crave sweets, water retention, breast tenderness, mood swings, depression, anxiety. The list goes on and on about estrogen dominant symptoms. So progesterone. Progesterone is a hormone produced in the ovaries and the adrenal glands. So keep in mind, if you have hypoadrenals, you're not producing progesterone enough. One of its main roles is to balance estrogen. So the function, again, estrogen balance, it protects uterine lining, bone growth, it increases your libido. It's a precursor for other steroid hormones, and it's protecting against cancer. So progesterone in the body is very important. Symptoms of progesterone deficiency: you get PMS, amenorrhea, heavy bleeding, cramping, spasm, endometriosis. This list right here definitely shows us that we could have a progesterone deficiency. So how do we optimize hormone levels? Well, we have to clear out estrogens from the body. We have to balance out the main hormones such as epinephrine, cortisol, or insulin. So how do we do that? Switch out your plastic containers for glass containers. Use stainless steel or ceramic cookware instead of the Teflon stuff. Switch to non-toxic cleaning. Go to dryer balls and with essential oils instead of your dryer sheets. Throw away your plugins and get a diffuser with essential oils and change your makeup. If you need a good source for home cleaning, I highly suggest the Thieves Household Cleaner. We use this on a daily basis, and I am extremely happy with the way, all the uses that I can actually use it. And if you need to find a way to purchase that, go to my website, oilydoc.net, and you can purchase the Thieves Cleaner from there. And also, Young Living has Savvy Minerals, which greatly reduces your toxic effects of those chemicals that you use on your face, and they have beautiful makeup. So again, oilydoc.net, you can find that safe makeup and cosmetics on there as well. So this portion of the talk is not my own. It is directly from Lucy Libido. I don't want to impinge on any copyrights of Lucy Libido, so I do highly suggest that we do talk about the rights to Lucy Libido, copyrighted, and these are the oils that she suggests for healthy hormone balancing. Okay, so this is from Lucy Libido. She's an amazing lady and definitely knows her stuff. And she's done a lot of research on how to use the oils to help balance out hormone support and have a little fun. So don't forget that you are beautiful. Each of us are beautiful in our own way. And I want you to remember that. If you're feeling like your inner voice is not being very forgiving, just remember that every single person is beautiful just how they are. So how do we use aphrodisiac oils? I would highly suggest that you get the Lucy Libido book because she goes into great detail about how to use these oils, and it's just an awesome read to use these. So Young Living oils can be used aromatically. Essential oils can be a profound effect on your mood, and they are unique in that they get past that thinking brain and impact your feeling brain. So if you have a starter kit, it came with a high quality diffuser. Use that bad boy to your advantage. Diffuse your favorite aphrodisiac oils to set the mood. There are several mood enhancing recipes in Lucy Libido's book, and you can create your own. So these are the hormone balancing oils. While most oils can be used for both men and women, oils that tend to work best for women are going to be shown here in pink, and the other ones will be in turquoise. So we'll start with oils that help balance the hormone. Just remember, human hormones are great, plant hormones are good, and synthetic hormones are bad. So let's talk about Progessence Plus. This is one of my favorite oils for hormone support. It's an oil-infused serum developed just for women. The doctor who developed Progessence Plus created it specifically for Young Living based on his findings that most women have had little progesterone. That is a problem because progesterone is the hormone that impacts your libido, your mood, and your overall wellness. Progessence Plus contains USP progesterone from wild yam, vitamin E, sacred frankincense, bergamot, peppermint to soothe the crazies and calm your mind. Wear it daily on your wrist or several times a day for hormone distress. Progesterone levels tend to drop at the lowest a few days before and during menstruation. Lucy says that it supports her lady crazy and always wears this before and through her cycle. So I highly suggest that you ladies order your Progessence Plus oil because I found that it works amazing. So here are a couple of hormone balancing oils. Lady Sclera is first and foremost a lady hormone balancing oil. It contains oil known to decrease negative emotions, boost confidence, and help the riri to feel more peaceful and grounded. Geranium aids in hormone balance, and clary sage aids with cramps, PMS, or agitation. Ylang ylang helps balance the male and female sexual energy and encourages feelings of sensation. Sage lavender has been shown to increase the body's estradiol levels, which equates to being more regular. It can be worn daily as a perfume because it smells so awesome. Dragon Thyme is a hormone balancing oil that is developed just for that time of month. Thank you, Young Living, for doing that. Dragon Thyme is chock full of the best oils known to alleviate PMS and menstrual woes. This blend works primarily by raising estradiol levels in the body, which also drop during menstruation. So you can apply this oil on your abdomen several times a day. You can even also put it in an Epsom salt bath. Sclera Essence is another hormone supporting oil that is great for girls. All of the oils in Sclera are a Vitality or a generally regarded as safe oil. The beauty of having the estradiol increasing blend as a dietary supplement is that women can take a daily internal supplement that supports and loves on their reproductive system. Low estradiol levels are commonplace among women with female irregularity and fertility complaints. While reproductive health is multifaceted and has many components, in supporting healthy estradiol levels is one factor in a healthy productive system. So Endoflex is awesome. It's a hormone balancing oil that flexes and strengthens your endocrine system. The endocrine system is responsible for telling your body what hormones to produce and when to produce them. It regulates metabolism, growth, development, tissue function, sexual function, reproduction, thyroid function, sleep, and mood. So Endoflex is a really great oil to use. So the libido oils for her. Let's start with ylang ylang. Its power as an aphrodisiac has been long known. In Indonesia, the petals from the ylang ylang flowers are scattered all over the bed of the newlywed couples on their wedding night. It has traditionally been viewed as a romantic flower and has an alluring scent. Ylang ylang is one of the ingredients in a lot of different blends, but particularly joy and sensation oil blends. I love using it just as a perfume, so it's something that I have on a daily basis. Valor is so popular, and it kind of goes out of stock a lot. So it has Valor 1 and Valor 2. Both blends are designed to help loosen emotional blocks. It contains oils that stimulate the limbic area of the brain, and they can help you relax and promote feelings of confidence and courage. This is the perfect choice to use liberally throughout the day to keep stress levels down. So Valor is an amazing oil. Clary Sage. This is one of the oils that helps with PMS, and it is actually in Dragontine blend, and it's used to balance hormones in blends like the Sclera Essence and Lady Sclero. Right around the red time of the month, estrogen levels drop quickly and dramatically. This is part of the reason why you may feel a need to break down and start crying. So using Clary Sage definitely helps boost that time and kind of helps level out and balance your hormones. Joy is one that every household should use. We use this on a daily basis in our house. It stimulates the brain's sense for love and affection. And diffusing joy is a good way to invite the mood. If you don't have love, the aroma of joy, it's just a beautiful floral scent, and I think everyone in my household loves the scent of joy, and it puts everyone in a good mood too. So Sensation is a alluring blend of ylang ylang, rosewood, and jasmine. And it kind of smells like joy, but it's a little softer because it contains geranium that it contains less geranium that gives joy that strong floral scent. It creates a mood of flirtation and tenderness. Not a lot of people know about Sensation, but it's named that for its reason. It's simply sensational. Cypress, it is an amazing oil as well. This is one of my must-haves, especially when I feel kind of bloated or my joints are a little swollen. This definitely helps with that. It stimulates blood flow and circulation in the body. Blood flow is kind of a big deal when you're talking about getting underneath the covers. So this would be a great oil for him and her. Orange is great for him and her, and oil is a bright oil. So I'm sorry, orange is a bright oil. It welcomes light and happiness, and it brightens the mood and lifts the spirit, energizes the mind, and creates feelings of bliss. Think of a summer childhood days playing in the water and eating bright popsicles out in the sun. This is what orange will do for you. So let's talk about oils for him. Mr. can go both ways for men and women. This blend helps the prostate to function optimally, which is a big part of libido and performance. It also supports healthy testosterone levels, which men need on a day-to-day basis. You can apply Mr. to his ankles and the front part of his pelvis. Lucy says to apply daily for optimal prostate performance. And it smells really nice as well. You can even have your man use it as cologne. Idaho Blue Spruce. This guy is a little bottle with a big effect. This is one of my favorite oils for him. And you can wear this on a day-to-day basis. But if you're wanting to do it for intimacy, you want to use it about 20 minutes before. So it actually does include spruce, and it helps him spruce up. So it helps a guy stay firmer longer so that you can enjoy yourself. And it's nature's version of a little blue hexagon. So this is an amazing little bottle. Goldenrod is also a great oil. Obviously, the results may vary. Every man's body will react differently to various oils. Always dilute oils the first time that you use them, just to make sure that you are not sensitive to the oils. Once upon a time, there was a plant called goldenrod. So this is an amazing oil to help improve circulation and aid urinary tract. So it helps support the urinary tract as well. Goldenrod can be used topically as well as internally. So it's generally regarded as safe. Nutmeg is also another oil to help with blood pumping. Technically, it can be used for the ladies as well, but we've seen great results using it for the guys. Nutmeg energizes properties, stimulate body, both physical and sexual energy, and some people report feeling wired after diffusing or ingesting nutmeg. So it can help you kick that caffeine kick that you may be dependent on. So I would suggest using nutmeg in case you need a little pick-me-up. Hong Kwai. Hong Kwai is confidence in a bottle. This has the highest sequestrium, I'm sorry, I can't say that, of all the aphrodisiac oils. It's kind of like inhaling confidence in a bottle. It's distilled from trees that grow on the steep rainforest mountaintops in Taiwan. So it's extremely rare and very it can be pricey, but it's so amazing for his confidence. So I would definitely suggest getting Hong Kwai. Shutron is one that I suggest every man use, especially if you're going to be using cologne. Use this instead of that chemical-laden cologne, because Shutron is known to catch the lady's attention, and it smells really, really attractive. So I highly suggest that the men out there would definitely use Shutron. It contains Idaho blue spruce, which again is much like the blue hexagon, and it also contains hinoki, Japanese cypress, and ylang ylang, which balances out male and female energies. So definitely use this as a cologne for a month and see what happens. So you can get all of these oils for 24% off by becoming a member, and you can get your premium starter kit, which retails for $300, but you can sign up for only $160. That is a great deal. If you want to join as a member and get into more, we go into in-depth about different oils that you can apply daily. I highly suggest that you go to oilydoc.net and sign up as a member today. Just to show you a little bit of comparison, these hormone oils, if you signed up as a member at oilydoc.net, you could save almost $13 on ylang ylang. You would save $12 on Mister, almost $12 on progestin serum. Let's see, you would even save about $24 on Shutron. So those are huge savings if you wanted to sign up as a member at oilydoc.net. And that is all for today. If you have questions, click the link below. I'll be glad to help with any questions out there. Until next time, love yourself, love your life, and love each other.